So I just want to introduce chapter 7 real quick. I started this out with a quote right above this video that said, "It is not from the benevolence of the butcher, the baker, or the brewer that we expect our dinner, but from his love of its own self-interest." And the idea behind this quote from Adam Smith is that, look, the butcher doesn't provide the community with meat because he really loves to see his community fed. He may enjoy to see people fed, but the reason he does it is that that's where he can make the most money. That's where his comparative advantage lies. Same with the baker. She or he doesn't give us baked goods because he really loves to see the look on people's faces when they open up a thing of his bread. He does it because that's where he can earn the most money. And so we also only go to that baker because we get the best price for the same bread. If there was another baker in town who got us a better price on bread for the same quality, we would go to that baker. And so we're not going to the butcher or the baker because we like them so much, and they're not providing us with food because they really enjoy the look on people's faces when they see us eat their food. They're doing it because that's where they can make money. They're doing it for their own self-interest. And we're going there for our own self-interest because that's where we get the best meat at the best price, or that's where we get the best bread at the best price. And if there was somewhere else where we got better quality meat for a lower price, we would go there instead. And so the whole nature of our interaction is not out of benevolence. It's not out of, I want to do you a favor because I like your I want to support a small business, or he's going to do me a favor because he knows that we really are going hungry and we need some meat. No, it's all a mutually beneficial transaction. He's doing it because it benefits him. I'm doing it because it benefits me. And both of us seeking our own self-interest is what leads to the market equilibrium. Everyone out there, everyone in the world looking for the best price in bread, and every baker in the world trying to get the highest price in bread basically leads the market to this perfect equilibrium where we get a market price for bread in Modesto, and a different market price for bread in San Francisco, and a different market price for bread in San Diego. And so all these different market forces in different individual markets is what the invisible hand is. And it's all these self-interested people in these small little markets are what create the equilibrium that generates this most efficient outcome. And so I've added an assignment into this chapter that's going to kind of make you understand a little more about Adam Smith and this invisible hand theory, and sort of his book Wealth of Nations and his prior book to Wealth of Nations called The Theory of Moral Sentiments. And the purpose of that homework assignment is really to sort of help you understand how Adam Smith saw economics and morality and kind of human and social interaction as one thing, and political economy, which we now call today economics, he viewed those as one and the same. And so his two books, Theory of Moral Sentiments and Wealth of Nations, are both very closely interlinked, and the ideas behind kind of self-interest and self-interest leading this mutual kind of common good and market outcomes and social optimums in social interactions are the same ideas that lead us to market equilibrium in markets. And so I think the podcast assignment will help enlighten you as far as understanding what Adam Smith was thinking about when he came up with this idea of the invisible hand to describe how markets work, and that's sort of the idea that's been held in economics ever since Smith's time, which was around the time of the American Revolution, the mid-1700s. And so that thought and this wonderful groundbreaking idea of economics and political economy has stuck with us throughout the test of time. And so it's really important to kind of understand that. As far as the topics within the chapter that are important, you have to understand the difference between accounting profit and economic profit. And the difference between those two is the implicit cost, or the owner's opportunity cost. And the real crux behind that is that most firms have zero economic profit. And if there is not zero economic profit, then everyone else in the world who is earning zero economic profit is going to recognize it, and they're going to want to jump into this opportunity. And jumping into that opportunity is going to increase the supply and reduce the price and kind of eat away at the profits of people who are gaining them. And so the zero profit condition does not mean that nobody in the world makes money. People earn accounting profit. They just don't earn any extra money that they could have earned in some other venture. Basically, everyone earns their opportunity cost. And that is sort of the real idea behind the zero profit condition. And the zero profit condition is what really drives the invisible hand theory. So the takeaways from this chapter is understand the difference between accounting and economic profit, understand how profits and losses move firms and move the supply curve and the market supply to affect price, which in turn affects individual firms' profits. and also understand how to calculate total surplus, which is just a combination of producer surplus and consumer surplus, two things we learned in the previous two chapters. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed chapter 7.